Kevin Harvick wore out the field for 165 laps, but it's Jason Keller, the season's 11th different winner, who's sitting in victory lane. Dick Berggren's with him.
We are, and Jason Keller just getting ready. Come on out of here. Here's your champion from the Hampshire Speedway. Jason Keller, big, well, on the roof of the car, dives into his pit crew. They're hugging him, he's hugging them. This guy has finished 12th, 6th, 3rd, and now 1st in his last several races at New Hampshire. Jason, tell us about the pass for the win at the tail end.
Let me catch my breath first. It's a great day for us. Steve Addington won the race.
Steve Addington is the crew chief.
He called for 4 tires there at the end. He just did all.
You're winded, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, I wish my mom, happy Mother's Day, my wife, everybody back home, and Albertsons Ford, everybody involved. But man, I wanted to win this one so bad for Adam. We lost a good friend last year. This is for him.
Everybody's thinking of Adam Petty here this afternoon, Mike.
No doubt about it, Dick. A tearful, emotional, yet joyful victory lane for Jason Keller. Well deserved.
Yeah, you win the race, but all of our hearts are still with, you know, Adam Petty. Certainly one of the future stars of this sport.
Mike Skinner had a fine run to end up 3rd behind his teammate, Kevin Harvick. Here's Jeff.
Mike Skinner, an outstanding run here for your car today. You said you had a good car.
Yeah, we had an awesome car. I just want to say how good this Rockwell team is. These guys really worked hard. Gil made the right adjustments, and I want to say hi to my 2 sons, Jamie and Dustin, and hi to Ford too. And they didn't get to come up here, but we had a lot of fun today. I think we had a little bit better car than what we finished, but flat spotted the front tires maybe a little bit there when they all checked up there, and I didn't want to spin Jason out. I wanted to beat him fair and square, and I knew Kevin was racing for points, and I didn't want to spin him out. I had to remember his RCR car.
How about that last pit stop, Mike? It looked like you guys had him beat off pit road, but you had to back up.
We had them all beat, but we kept getting pinned in. You know, they always ask me, what would you do to these racetracks to make them better? And my 100% of the time is these darn pits ain't big enough. And, you know, I don't know that they tried to block us in or not. It's one of them situations that maybe I'm not good enough getting in pit road. I don't know. But we just, it was a rough time right there, and we lost a little pit position, but track position. But the Rockwell car ran awfully well, and I want to thank everybody that's involved with this car. Command was on the back this week, and Rockwell Automation, Chevrolet, Richard Childress. I want to thank Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse for letting me drive this car. It gives us a better chance to run good with the 31 when we come up here.
Thank you, Mike. He was good enough for 3rd place today, Mike.
Was good run for Mike Skinner. Now, post-race, some harsh words between Kevin Harvick and Greg Biffle about the run off that last restart. Well, the Busch Series officials attempt to referee. That has earned both of those drivers a seat in the big blue truck,
Which is the NASCAR truck.
Right.
And you remember, these guys actually got together last week at Richmond as well.
Well, when you're fighting for a championship. Okay, time for Victory Donuts. Here goes Jason Keller.
Maybe not donuts.
Well, oh, here he comes. Now he's going to blow a couple of donuts. No.
Still no donuts.
Kind of look like victory crullers, Larry.
Yeah, I couldn't classify that as donuts.
Well, in any case, a very happy young man stands at victory lane. Let's meet the 4th place finisher today, Jeff.
Yeah, we caught up here with Jeff Green. You guys had a great strategy early on, Jeff, and it looked like you guys had it where you wanted it, but right there at the end it kind of slipped away.
Well, we talked about it. You know, this thing come down to fuel mileage a time or two, and our car was good, but it wasn't very good on the short runs like there at the end, Jeff. But Harold made a great call in doing that strategy, taking gas early, and we was going to make it, but the O2 car had a flat tire or something, called a caution. But glad for my teammate, Jason Keller. They work as hard as we do, and congratulations to those guys. But we wanted to win, too. Still another top 5. We lost a few points, but we want to win like everybody, so congratulations to Jason.
Just since you brought that up, your teammates, you weren't running one type of strategy. He wasn't running another, was it?
I don't know. We really never talked to them about the strategy. You know, we just want to do our own deal. we're two teams, but when the race starts, we're a team by ourselves. And just proud of Nesquik and Tow House and everybody helps us. And we want to get here in Victory Lane, get in Victory Lane more, but if we can't get in Victory Lane, the top 5 is the next best thing.
Well, let's talk about next week when you head up to Nazareth. You got anything for them up there?
Well, we think we do. We've been up there the last 2 years, kind of like this place, and kind of dominated the races, you know. But everybody's kind of caught up with us this year. The Harvick and Mike Skinner's been doing a great job in that car, and of course Jason and Greg Biffle. So we'll just have to go up there and do our best. We've got a great car going there, same one we run there last year. Sat on a pole there last two years in a row. So hopefully we can go back up there and get our next victory.
Thanks a lot. Great run. Dick Berggren?
Well, Kevin Harvick led most of this afternoon, but he didn't wind up in victory lane. What happened at the end?
Well, I mean, we had a good car, and then we decided to put 2 tires on there, and we knew we were going to have to hold them off for a couple laps. The only thing we didn't count on was having to deal with Biffle down there racing like his last lap on the lead lap. You know, he was kind of ticked off that I didn't give him his lap back, but he was kind of a duck in the water. So, yeah, he didn't really mean much today, and we'll remember that when he's leading. So, great day for the AC Delco guys, and congratulations to Jason Keller. Just one of them deals, and we'll put it in the back of our mind.
What was the conversation between you and Biffle?
I just told him to get his head out of his butt.
He did ask if he could get by toward the tail end there and get his lap back. You didn't want to do that. Why?
Well, I mean, it's not that I didn't want to let him have his lap back. It was just one of those deals where Keller was in second and we're coming to the caution, and you never know how long or how bad the caution is. And I let Randy go by, and he just didn't get there in time, so I can't babysit him.
Understood. Okay, thank you.
This is going to be an interesting season. I can just feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
Has been already, but this point battle as it rages on is going to be interesting. Well, Kevin Harvick gracious in defeat after dominating 165 laps here. We'll have more from Loudon after this. Upcoming races for the NASCAR Busch Series on the Fox family of networks. Next Sunday, a week from tomorrow, Nazareth, Pennsylvania, 12:30 Eastern Time on FX. And then at Charlotte, North Carolina, we'll be on Fox Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And then on FX, Saturday, June 2nd, from the mile at Dover Downs, 12:30 Eastern Time from Dover. Let's catch up with our 5th place finisher, Jeff.
That's right. We caught it with Kenny Wallace. Hey, Herman, pretty good run today, bud.
Yeah, it was. It was quiet, you know, and that's what we were looking for. You know, great racetrack, great facilities here, but, you know, it was about a lane and a half wide today, and it was pretty edgy. But all in all, the Gould Pump Chevrolet stayed steady all day long, and we just got real strong on green runs. And we needed a caution, but then yet we didn't want to see one because we didn't want to have to race too wide there towards the end.
Well, you guys could go the rest of the way on fuel, so you really didn't want to see that caution, did you?
It was close, but, you know, I said a couple times, what are we looking like? And Jerry Cannon, my crew chief, was spotting today because Fat Boy, my normal spotter, couldn't make it up here. It was pretty funny, my crew chief communicating with the boys down here in the pits, and all in all, we were going to make it, but it still was going to be close, but we were comfortable with it.
Kenny, we always want to know how things going with your Winston Cup car as we get ready to head into Charlotte. Are we going to see you there?
All I can tell you is this. Call Geico Auto Insurance and tell them, please, because right now it's up to Ted Ward at Geico. They've been back and forth with us. They're trying to justify sponsoring, you know, the Eel River Pontiac, and you know, we really need it, man. We can sell them some policies, and I just need all the fans to gang up out there and help me, and call Geico Auto Insurance and tell them, hey, get on Kenny Wallace's car. You know, I think that we can show them that, you know, we can sell some product. That's what it's about, Jeff, you know.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run make the call real quick. How about you, Dick Berggren? Can you make that call for him?
I will make that call for Herman. He certainly deserves to have that sponsorship, and Greg Biffle deserved to have a better finish than he got today. Look how hard he was driving. Boom, bounced her off the wall. What happened? Stove up the side of the car.
Well, about halfway through the race, just got tight leaving the corner there and scraped the backstretch wall, but lucky enough it didn't hurt the Granger Ford any, so we were able to keep going. Just off a little bit all day today. There at the end, I think we're getting it close, but, you know, the guys tried real hard, and I tried real hard, and just not what we wanted.
We have heard from Kevin Harvick. What is your side of the interaction between the two of you?
Well, it kind of starts from last week, you know. I got wrecked at Richmond, and I didn't say it was Kevin's fault. You know, I felt it was just a racing deal, you know. And then, you know, he gets on TV and says, I'm going to have to learn this isn't the truck series. And I didn't think that was appropriate, you know, considering that we were just racing hard at Richmond, and I got down in the corner hard, and he got a little loose, got up into me, and turned me around. That's just racing. And then this week, you know, he had plenty of opportunities a couple times to let me back in the lead lap. The 0-2 blew a tire over there. It was a melee. Everybody's trying to avoid crashing. Got the leaders by us right there and raced back to the caution. That was okay. The second time, raced back to the caution again. It looked like he tried to let the 7 go, but then got back in the throttle. I saw his nose lift up and beat me by a foot, and just didn't want to give me my lap back. And so I just had to race for all I was worth, just trying to get back in the lead lap. And that's what any racer will do, is just give their team the best finish they can. And, you know, we were just racing hard. I don't know what, you know, he was pretty upset after the race. I mean, obviously the 57 car was a tremendous amount better than he was. Kevin couldn't even get within 4 car lengths or 3 car lengths there toward the end.
Tell me about next week. We go to Nazareth. Does this continue in Nazareth? Do you owe him one?
No, I don't owe him one, and I don't feel he owes me one. And I didn't felt when we came here, you know, it was a level playing field. I had no bad feelings against him or anything. I was a little upset about what he said, you know, but you know, that's just racing. You know, we can't race on feelings. We got to race for our teams.
See you in Nazareth. Let's go to Jeff.
That's right. Dick, caught up here with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy, backup car. Not too bad of a run considering you finished up 13th.
Yeah, it was a great run for the Excedrin Monte Carlo, and I got to thank all the boys back at the shop for you know, our backup car. It was as good as our primary car, and that's because of all the hard work they do at the shop. And I think we had a good top 10 going today. When Ryan Newman cut his tire down, we were on the outside of him, and it took us up to the wall. And the leaders got by, put us down a lap, and then we were fighting from there for the last 25 or so at the end. But all in all, a solid day, and I got to thank everybody at Excedrin and Herzog Motorsports for the hard work.
So right there, whenever Ryan cut that tire down, you told me a minute ago it got pretty hairy right about the time. Everybody just about run over him, right?
Yeah, it was ugly. He got up high out of 2 and must have ran over something. When we went into turn 3, it cut down right when I was on the outside of him, and it took me all the way to the fence. And I thought, man, here comes the second car for the weekend. But fortunately, we made it through the hole and don't have much work on this one.
Well, like he said, he didn't have much work to do. It was a good run for them. Mike?
No, and that practice crash wasn't his fault. He got in the oil that was dropped by a car ahead of him and lost control. Jason Keller celebrates with his team in victory lane, the 15th different Busch Series winner here at New Hampshire International Speedway in 15 races. There's a look at your top 10. All of those are lead lap cars.
Elton Sawyer stayed on the lead lap all day, and that 98 car comes home 9th.
And these cars are 1 lap down.
Scott Wimmer in a backup car finishes 17th. Ryan Newman, who was right there with the leaders a lot earlier in the race, ends up 15th. Andy Santerre, till he had his problems, brake problems. He was at the front of the pack all day long.
And on back through the 37 cars that started today's race. Coming up next at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on FX, Mike Piazza and the New York Mets will travel to San Francisco and visit Pac Bell Park to take on Barry Bonds and the Giants. It's a rematch of last year's Division Series, and it's all next right here on FX, the Fox networks for NASCAR, and now Major League Baseball. We'll be right back with more from New Hampshire International Speedway after this. You're watching NASCAR on FX.